Okay. We have today Magdalena and Steve. Magdalena is 47 years old. She's been a patient since August of '08. And Steve is how old?
48 also.
48, and he's been a patient since June of '08. So Magdalena, why don't you tell us what your problems were and how you felt before you started any testosterone replacement?
Well, before I started, I was really bad, very slow, no energy, no libido, nothing at all.
Nothing at
I
all.
was like, I felt like 100-year-old.
What about mentally? Was there any anxiety or depression, stuff like that?
Yes, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression.
A lot of it. You had no libido or a poor libido?
Poor.
Poor. And what about sexual satisfaction? Was there a problem with that?
Yes.
How long had this been going on when you first came to see me in August of '08?
For a long time, many years.
Many years. Something getting progressively worse?
It was getting worse.
Okay. Now, in addition to all of these obvious symptoms of testosterone deficiency, there's another problem you have. You've had rheumatoid arthritis for a while.
Yes.
How long?
About 10 years now, I guess.
And you have some hand deformities from
Yeah.
that?
It was worse than this, you know. It was worse than this, but
At
now
what
it's
time?
much better. It was more swell.
Oh,
I
okay,
couldn't
you're talking
wear-
about before the testosterone.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into a description of that later. But you were having a significant problem from the testosterone, from the rheumatoid arthritis?
Oh yes, a lot.
A lot of what? Pain?
Pain on my hands. They were so painful even to hold things. I can't open no cans, no bottles, no jars, nothing. It was so painful to hold things, you know, to make my stuff. It was hard.
Were you taking any medication at that point?
Yes.
For the rheumatoid
I
arthritis?
was taking methotrexate.
Was that helping?
Not really.
No, and you didn't take that very long.
No,
No.
just for a few months.
Okay. Now, Steve, what were
Yes.
you like before the testosterone?
Physically, I was a complete mess. I had no energy, very little or no libido, high anxiety. I would even say I was borderline depressive. I would come home in the evenings and after I had dinner, I would crash in front of the television and go to sleep. I had no willpower to do anything physical. And it's not from lack of trying, but I just, physically I didn't have it. I didn't have any willpower or any energy to do anything.
How much of a difference was the way you describe yourself then compared to the way you were when you were younger?
Oh, I would say a complete 100% degree turn. When I was younger, and I did so many physical things, which is why the way I was before amazed me. I would do swimming, biking, jump rope, all things all in one day's time. I was a very physical guy. I was in the best physical shape of my life. And to see the condition to where I progressed to before the testosterone shots, it surprised even me because I never knew myself to be like that. I would never have guessed that I would have been like that.
And at what age would you say that this deterioration started?
I'd say by age 40, I started feeling the changes. I started feeling less physical, less athletic. I wouldn't be as anxious to do all the physical things that I did. And I'd say by the time my age progressed to age 42, age 43, it was like 50% less of everything physical that I did. I just like lost interest, and I started to feel my energies.
And that was
started
still
waning.
5 years before you first came to see me?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, now, Magdalena, you started taking testosterone replacement in May of '09. It's now November of '09, so that's 4 months. So what happened with the things that were bothering you? The energy and the weakness?
It's almost gone.
Which is gone? The weakness?
The weakness. No, I am very energy. I have energy a lot. I couldn't get up from bed like before. Now I get up early, I do my stuff, make breakfast.
Okay.
Before it was horrible.
Effort.
No effort at all. No energy. But now I'm doing good.
What about
Okay.
the depression and the anxiety?
It's almost gone.
Almost gone.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're much happier now than you were
Oh
then.
yes.
What about the sexual part, the libido and
Oh, my
orgasms and
libido
stuff?
is great now.
And the sexual responsiveness?
Good.
Very good. Major change.
Yeah.
What's happened with the rheumatoid arthritis?
Oh, they're much better. Thank God. See, they're much better.
What were your joints like before the testosterone?
They were more deformed than this.
Much more?
Oh yes.
Joints were much
I
bigger.
couldn't wear my rings. Now I wear it. Thank God.
And this improvement in the rheumatoid arthritis is only from the use of testosterone?
Yes, it helps a lot. Well, with the help of my supplements that I drink too.
Yeah. But no other rheumatoid arthritis specific treatment for rheumatoid
No.
arthritis? That's remarkable. And Steve, what's happened with you?
Well, my energy have picked up tenfold since the treatments. I'm much more inclined to do a lot more physically now. I haven't had the depressive moods that I've had before. Much less anxiety. On a whole, I would say a complete turnaround from what I used to be, and that's good, because if I had continued the way I was, I don't know where I would have ended up. Because I was psychologically and physically, I was a mess. I was a mess. I wasn't used to seeing myself the way it was.
Has there been a sexual improvement?
Yes, there's a lot of improvements in that department also. Before, like I said before, little or no libido before, no interest in sex. I didn't care if I didn't have sex the rest of my life before that.
And now?
And now I have much more interest in, in sexual relationships, and the way I feel about sex is a lot more positive now, more healthy.
You also mentioned to me that there has been a change in your sense of yourself and your self-esteem from the testosterone.
Yeah. That's because I can see myself being more energetic now, and that gives me hope as to, improving myself physically, getting back to where I was, physically, the physical activities that I enjoyed doing, that I used to do. It gives me a sense of hope now.
Okay. Very good, very good. It's really had a strong positive effect on your lives.
Most definitely.
Anything you'd like to add? Any recommendations to the people who might be watching this video?
I'd recommend that anyone who's having, problems, whether it's sexually, physically, and even mentally, because I think it affects all three stages, the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. I would suggest that, first speak with your doctor, with your physician, and go through the necessary tests, see if you might be in need of getting shots, and if that's the case, I would suggest that you do it.
Have either of you had any negative side effects from the testosterone?
For me, I haven't had any negative side effects.
You?
I think this is
No.
something that I had needed for a long time. It's just that I didn't know it at the time, and through some of my inquiries that I've done, I've learned that testosterone, and then speaking with my physician also, I've learned that testosterone plays a vital role in so many different functions, and as far as your body is concerned, and I think that's a positive thing.
And a lot of women concerned about the growth of facial hair from testosterone replacement. Has that happened to you?
Yeah, well, I noticed on my eyelash.
Your eyelashes.
I have a little bit more now. First it was.
that's a good.
Yeah, it was peel almost.
Okay. What about
Yeah.
facial hair where you don't want it?
No, well, that I don't have that.
You don't have that. Okay. Very good. Thank you very much for doing the video.
Sure.
Really appreciate it.
I would recommend it.
Okay. Thank you much.
Thank you for your help too.
Okay. You're very welcome.